What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're gonna do things just a little bit different. I have my shopmate Eric here.
What's up?
So Eric, he's been complaining about the turbo not being enough for his little Fiesta ST. Now he did purchase an aftermarket turbo and intercooler setup. What do you have in the car currently?
It's currently a Mountoon MRX kit, which is good for about 300 horsepower if it's maxed all the way out. But in this Texas heat, it just doesn't have it. So we did a little something different. This is a ball bearing GT 2867 Super Core here. It's a used turbo, and to make it fit on the Fiesta we had to pick up an ATP hot side with the exhaust flange milled down for a V-band. So with that we should be able to just take the parts that we've got already in the car, swap it over to this turbo, and have a whole lot more fun.
Currently the horsepower that this turbo is producing is around the 200 and what mark?
Well, this morning at 103 degrees outside, it was making 228 horsepower according to the Cobb, and I expect this should be easily able to push 300 with the existing fuel system. We may be able to do a little bit better than that, but we'll have to see. We've got on our team Randy Robles, very experienced tuner for the Cobb and the Ford ECU, and we're going to see what he can pull out of it after we put it all together.
That's right. So his buddy that hooked him up with the turbo, he actually made the files for this turbo setup?
No, it actually came from a different individual. This Super Core came off of a Subaru, but the exhaust housing obviously is way different. So we're getting the help from Randy, who is he's been around in the Ford scene a long time, but this turbo did not come from that.
Gotcha. So we're going to install this turbo. He's already got a base map file to download into the Cobb tuner, and then it will flash the ECU and update the fuel map files for the turbo that we have. And then after that we'll do some pulls in it and see the difference. So with that being said, he's making about 220 horsepower with this setup. So after we're done with the turbo swap and uploading the new files for the turbo, we're gonna go ahead and make a rip and see what the differences are. So hopefully 300 plus, anywhere around 300 and above is a win.
Agreed.
So this is a 1.6 liter turbo Fiesta ST. Now this is a cool little hot hatch. You know, I've driven it, I've rode with them in it, and even at 220 horsepower, this thing shits and gets. I'm not gonna lie, it's very impressive. I don't do a lot of domestics on this channel, but this is worthy of an episode, so we're definitely gonna do this. And I am very, you know, I'm very skeptical to see how much of a difference it's gonna make. So,
oh, you just don't believe.
So we'll see what happens in the end. We're aiming for 300. That's the goal. We're gonna go ahead and put this on the lift, and we'll start looking at what we got to do to get the old one off and what we got to do to put the new one in. So right now, I guess you're removing the charge pipe?
I'm pulling it off with the turbo.
Okay. We're gonna make room for being able to get the turbo off. He's starting with the charge pipe, and basically he's gonna be unbolting the cooler lines, the oil feed lines, and then also unbolting it from the flange and whatnot. Your typical stuff you do whenever you're replacing a turbo. So I'm gonna put this in time lapse and you guys will get an idea. right, so we got the new turbo assembled and it's clocked. And what we went ahead and did on the exhaust housing adapter was we put a little bit of tack welds around the corner of each bolt. That ensures that it doesn't back out like it previously had the problem of doing on the other turbo. So everything is clocked now, and just looking at the housing, it looks like this one is a little bit smaller in size, but it's supposed to produce a lot more. The old one is a Garrett GT2554R. That is a journal bearing, this one here. And the new one is a GTX 2867R, and this one has the ball bearing. And this one should give us the 300 horsepower, no problem. Anything above 300 is a plus, so we'll see how that pans out in the end. But everything's together now, so we're gonna go ahead and install it, upload parameters, take it on some rips, and see if we win or not. All right, so we got everything put back together now. We're gonna raise the vehicle up in the air, and we're gonna crank it and look for leaks. All right, I'm ready. Go ahead and crank her up. I don't see nothing leaking as of yet. There's that pretty Garrett GT28. He's got a 3-inch exhaust system. This is actually where the baffle is for the exhaust. It runs all the way out to the rear here. And it also has an aftermarket intake aftermarket intercooler. So it's got supporting mods for it. He's got an intake coming in for it to replace the factory intake. But so far I don't see any leaks. Everything looks good. No coolant leak, no oil drain leak, nothing coming around the housing anywhere. We look good. Everything's looking good, man. All right, so we're gonna take it on a quick little spin. He doesn't have the base map in, and for what I understand is he's got to put the base map in. The base map is only set for 15 PSI. He's got to run it and drive it like that for a little bit, and then he needs to data log it, and then he's gonna take that file and send it to his tuner, and his tuner is gonna update the file for it to be turned up and boost to about what?
Probably 26 to 28.
Okay, so once he has it at 26 or 28 PSI, that's when we'll come back and we will record a run, and that's when it should be in the 300s or 300 plus. So we're just gonna take a quick spin on it.
Right now I've got wastegate set to 0% duty, so it's not going to do anything beyond what the spring tells it to. So we'll see. Should be safe enough.
And the spring is about 15?
Yep.
Yeah, 15 PSI is what it's going to go to. So now granted, he did not upload the base tune for this turbo, so it's going off the tune that was for the GT26, right? 25 GT25. So we're now with the GT28, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, cool.
212 horsepower at 17 pounds.
212 at 17 pounds?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the AFRs, make sure it's alright. Nope. Oh no, that was traction control. We got a solution for that.
Yeah, turn the traction off real quick. It sounds girthier.
Yeah, the turbo makes a little more noise. There's more of it. Nope. Well, that's because in this map, it's only set to 6,600 RPM. So, I gave it the room.
Was that from the previous turbo?
No, it's this. The Cobb has what's called map switching. So just right from the steering wheel, I can change certain maps that are preset.
Okay.
And that one happened to be limited real low.
Dude, it really pulls on the top end a lot more than it did. Yeah, I feel the difference even without the tune. I feel more.
At 17 pounds of boost, it makes the same horsepower as it did on the way here at 26.
If y'all didn't hear that, at 17 pounds with this turbo, it made the same amount of horsepower at 17 pounds as opposed to 26 pounds.
Like, according to this, less than 1 horsepower different on the histogram.
Okay, cool. So it's very promising. So whenever you get the map,
It'll wake right up.
yeah, it's promising. I can feel more pull at the top than I've ever felt with the other tool with the other turbo.
The last one is kind of more of a mid-range turbo, and this one is
Top end.
very, very top end. About the biggest turbo you could expect to want to put on a car like this.
Alright guys, well there you have it. That's all I got on this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks to Eric for, you know, letting us film this to see how it goes. But this will be part 1. Once he gets the new map and everything panned out and his tuner go through it and all, we'll do another ride along and we'll see this thing crank over 300 horsepower. You think?
Oh, definitely.
Alright.
Absolutely.
We're absolutely going to see 300 horsepower plus out of this bad boy. So that's all I got on this one, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Definitely see you guys on the next one. Peace out.